Hello, YouTube model community. This is Don Piggott. That's right, it's the Fat Man from Alabama coming to you from Don's Garage. Here's another update on the 93 Ford Ranger, and particularly the camper shell I'm building for it. We have finally got it in gray suede. That's right, we got the primer on it. I would say the shell's about 98% ready for paint. I've got a subtle little issue right here in this corner of the top I've got to work, and I think I found a pinhole somewhere over here on this side, like right in here. Not a big deal. There's a couple of pinholes. There's a couple of pinholes in this section, but I've got to cut the hole for the window. So, and I think the pinholes are where the window's going to be. So, I'm not really going to sweat them. Again, the shell's not perfect. It's close enough. Like I said, this is another shelf model. I'm going to use it. If I venture off to a show once it's finished, I'll probably take it. If nothing else, I throw it in a curbside class. I have decided I'm not going to swing the back hatch. Once I cut this panel out and leave the lip for the hatch to rest on, it's going to get glued in place. Just like because I've still got to cut the sides here to leave just a flange for the glass to sit on. But in my test fitting so far, it looks like 15 thousandths clear plastic is going to make a nice flush mounted window. So that's the angle we're going to go. And I believe, I've got to check, but I believe I've left enough space here in the top, and I've got an extra third brake light from another kit that I'm going to add here in the middle, just above the hatch, just to give it a more finished, give it a more finished look. But once we get I got a little more work to do on the shell. Once it's ready for color, I've also got the firewall slicked out. It's actually over in a box right now, right? Show it to you. But I'm gonna paint the camper shell and the firewall at the same time. I hope I can get a decent color match between the body color. Using the same color, but it's a new can, so it's gonna be an iffy situation. I'll make the best of it. Then we move back to finishing up the motor and transmission, so I can get all that in and make my exhaust and make a fuel tank for it. It's not going to be a plumbed out and wired up model, but I still want it to simulate the idea that's in my head, what I would do to a real one. If you know anything about the Ford Rangers, the filler neck went right here, and it had a saddle tank just inside the frame rail on this side. With putting the V8 in it, wanting to do true dual exhaust, the gas tank would have been in the way. I'm not going to put it in the bed. Instead, I'm going to make a fuel tank to fit where the spare tire rack went. And then the filler neck would come out of the frame rail, up the side, and in this, like I said, this is if I was doing a real one. The left rear tail light here would swing out, and that's where the filler neck would be. That's where the gas cap would be. Much like the 56 Chevrolets, and I believe the 57 too, filled back in the back corner, along with some other cars back in the 50s and that. I'm going to use that same idea. That's the same idea I've got with this one to give it that custom feature. And to hide the gas cap and gas door, having a gas door on the side of a car just kind of uglies up that section of the car, in my opinion. Or just a big old gas cap sticking out there. Not a fan of them. So, but that's where we're going with this one. There's a few more ideas I've got for this car or truck I'll do a video on to, maybe help somebody else out. But, well, that's it for the Ranger. And another one of my little side projects I've been fooling around with on and off is this 86 El Camino SS. You know, the kit's been reissued again. Even better now, it's got the mini bike with it, which is really cool. This is an older issue. It had been tinkered with. They had glued the front end on, and I was playing with it. And anyway, I wound up breaking the front end back off. I broke it all the glue joints, which helped me get it realigned a little bit better. But I added a turbo lump to the hood. As you can see, it's in primer. And let's see if I can get it into this better view. And I blended it to where it lines up with the peak and the nose piece. Yeah, my big old finger in the way. But it all lines up pretty decent. There's still a little finessing to do there, and I found a couple of pinholes in it now that I got primer on it, but that's part of body work. I'd found a picture on the internet of a Monte Carlo SS drag car that was twin turboed, which is the same, basically the same front end. So I decided to put the turbo inlets, just like the picture I found on the internet, by first of all, I cleaned off the stock egg crate part of the grill and just made it blank like a fiberglass piece would be. And then I took this piece of tubing, cut it to an approximate length for the depth I need, sunk it in, glued it in from the back side, and I'm blending it in now to blend in with the rest of the front end of the car. And I'll do another video on how the turbos are going to set back, where you'll see the veins in these holes. I don't know if I can stick something through here. Yeah, you'll see the veins come. You'll be able to see the veins in the bell of the turbo hitting those holes. This is one of them on again, off again projects. I went ahead and rescribed the window trim, shaped up the drip rails better. They did need to be replaced, but they needed a lot of work. I've got them where they're that, and they stuck out way too far. I mean, they were, it looked like they had wind wings mounted to the roof. So I've tapered them back and tightened up the lines around them, just to give them, still have the definition of them there, but where they're not sticking out like, you know, Dumbo's ears. As you can see, I've got a wheel tub already in the back on one side, which I've got to redo. It's not quite wide enough for what I was doing. I was wanting to build a small tire car out of this to run a 29-10-5 tire. And I can get a 29-10-5, but it rubs everywhere. So the tub's got to be widened a little bit more. Again, this will be a curbside car. It'll have enough engine in it to hang the exhaust and to simulate a complete, you know, 100% car. I've already rescribed the front door lines. I still got to do the rest. The body molding is going to come off the sides. I will eliminate the filler cap. I've already rescribed the rear trim here, which was a nightmare because it had a step in it right here, right where the mold seam was. So what I done is I went in and first rescribed it and then started lightly tapering it down to get rid of the step. I still got to clean up this nightmare around the back window. As you can see, looks like the window holes were cut out with a chainsaw. So I'm going to go in and try to finesse that and eliminate as much of the ugly as I can. But again, this is one of those, it'll be on this bench, off the bench, back and forth. You know, I'll eventually finish it. There's nothing pressing on this car. It's just one I go to while I'm waiting on stuff to dry on other stuff. So, but, well, and we're at about 9 minutes. I think that's about it for today. Again, I'd like to thank everyone that's subscribed to my channel. I've got a lot more subscribers than I thought I would get. I'm up at around 90, and I figured I'd do good to get 9. So thank you all very, very much for subbing my channel. I've tried to sub anyone that subbed me. I've tried to, you know, sub them back, because, you know, I pick up ideas and techniques from you guys pretty much every time I watch a video, and I'm real grateful for that. That's the nice thing about this YouTube stuff. So, well, that's all for today. Remember, fellas, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Let's enjoy each other's company and learn from each other, and just grow this hobby that we all enjoy, and keep pressing on. Y'all take care. Goodbye.